Hey guys, it's me, Sky Sam Freeman here, and I'm back doing a video about, well, a tier list. Keep seeing these going on, and I see that people like tier lists, and I thought about this, but I didn't know someone had already made it. I was actually going to make it myself. The Humongous Entertainment Games tier list. Now, it's going to be interesting because a lot of these are the, you got the Buzzy the Knowledge Bug games. There's another one on here as well that had all the backyard sports games, but admittedly, I'm not a backyard sports player, so I don't have any reason to put those games on anything, but this one's a bit different. Excuse all the ads and bullshit going on, whatever. I tried to crop out the ones over on that side. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get right into it. So, let's start out... I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this, if I should go by series. Okay, I'll start out with what it gives me first. Alright, so, Buzzy goes to the airport. I'm gonna put this... Alright, because Buzzy's not really an adventure game. I was just going to... Originally, when I did this, I was going to narrow it down to just the Junior Adventures. Because this is one of those games where you just... It's kind of like this weird interactive encyclopedia thing where you go through an airport and you click on shit and Buzzy's like, hey, this is an airplane wing, or whatever the fuck he tells you. So it's like, alright, I have no idea. I played the demo for this on Pajama Sam 2 because I was like, oh, what the fuck I'm doing. I'm going to put it in... I'm going to be generous. I'm going to put it in D tier. It's not great, but... Big Thinker's First Grade. I have this. I've not played it. Big Thinker's Kindergarten. I have played this, but I'm going to put it... There's more effort put into it than Buzzy, so I'm going to put it in C tier, just based on that. It's not an adventure game. It's like a mini game thing. You get these little... like star things, and they're kind of like a currency for stuff. I've not played Buzzy Goes to the Farm, even though I have it. And while I'm at it, I've not played Buzzy Goes to the Jungle, so I'll just say that. Fatty Bear's Birthday Surprise. I'm gonna put this in... Oh, man. My instinct is to put it in B, but... Ooh. I love Fatty Bear, though. But the reason I'm debating on this is because there's not a lot of variation in the paths, and it's very short. You do the same like 2 or 3 things. Only a couple things change, like the location of the utensils or something that you're using for the cake, and the words on the board. Otherwise, you still gotta find the dog. You still gotta find the letters for the bulletin board thing, but they're just in different areas. You still have to make the same cake. There's not a lot of variation. But the soundtrack's good. I love the setting. I love the aesthetic of it. Ooh. Okay, I'm putting this in A, but this is a low A. This is like B plus A minus. It's teetering right on the edge there. Freddy Fish 1. Oh man, this is gonna piss some people off maybe. I love the background art in this game. It's more realistic style than the rest of the games. I really like that a lot about it. The problem is that the escape key hardly works on this, so it's a slog to play through. And again, like Fatty Bear, there's a couple different path outcomes, but they lead you to the same area. But generally speaking, you're just finding things like a treasure hunt thing. There's more things to do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put this low A. I'm gonna put Fatty Bear B plus. I'm gonna change. This is subject to change. So right now I've got 1 in each. Freddy Fish 2. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this in A, because it's not an S, but it's also really good. It has more variability than Freddy Fish 1. The Freddy Fish series, I'm not actually really that into, if that makes sense. I might rearrange this because I'm looking at the way this is set up, and it's all gonna be S's and A's with the exception of like some of this stuff. So I don't want to. Let me rethink how I'm gonna do this. So I have not played those. D. I'm gonna end up putting. I should have added another tier. I should have added like an E tier, if I could even do that. Can you add like a Add a row. I'm gonna add a row below. I'm gonna add an E tier. Wait, hang on. Can I add one? All right. I'm gonna label this. Shit. I'm gonna label this an E tier. This needs another tier. So I'm gonna put this in here because I don't think airport's garbage. I'll put this in D tier. I'm put this in C tier. Put Freddy Fish 1 in B tier. That makes sense. I might even put Freddy Fish 2 in B tier. But that's kind of it's kind of pushing it. Freddy Fish 3. Ooh, you know what? I really like Freddy Fish 3. Freddy Fish 3 might be my favorite Freddy Fish game. Although Freddy Fish 4 is also really good. Freddy Fish 3 and 4 kind of fight out for my favorite a lot of times. I have more. I remember Freddy Fish 4 more. I think I played it a lot more as a kid. But there's something about the music of Freddy Fish 3 that I absolutely love. And the pathways and the different things. Like, I love the... Even, like, there's some things that I hate about Humongous games, just to go off on a little tangent, where you have to kind of do a mini game, or you have to do something that makes it so, you have to do something that makes it so, what do you call it? You have to do something in order to progress in, but it kind of takes a lot of time. When I get to Putt-Putt Enters the Race, I'll expand more on that. But, like, in Freddy Fish 3, if you have to get the mirror in order to get the flashlight to get the one piece of the conch shell in the golden pipe in the thing, if you've played Freddy Fish 3, you know what I'm talking about. If you have to do that, then you have to do this minigame. But even that minigame doesn't bother me. So I'm not worried about, like, oh god, it's this game, I gotta go through this thing again. Whereas like Putt-Putt Enters the Race, it's like necessary and it's horrible. Freddy Fish 4, I'll go next. I'll put that below Freddy Fish 3, but it's right there. They're right there. Freddy Fish 5. See, Freddy Fish 5 is so bland compared to the other ones. Like, I don't hate Freddy Fish 5, but it's like... there's nothing about it that's too memorable or interesting for me. It's just... The art style is... It's not bad, but it's really, like, bright and colorful and cartoony. Whereas... I mean, you go to Freddy Fish 1, and it's so different. It's almost like... It feels like a darker game. Freddy Fish 5 is a lot more lighthearted. I think the series kind of progressively gets lighthearted. That makes sense as opposed to getting darker, which is kind of weird. I guess they all kind of got like that. Like, Pajama Sam got like that, sort of. So, I'm going to say... Ooh, I'm going to put it in B, right above Freddy Fish 1. Maze Madness. Okay, I almost feel like I should have a separate tier list for the, Okay, there's a caveat here. All the Humongous arcade games, I'm gonna rank in their own categories separately from the Junior Adventures. Kind of. Well, even though I'm ranking all the other games here. Alright. I'm just gonna rank them as I see them. Okay. As far as an arcade game goes, Maze Madness is one of the better ones. I liked this one a lot more. It's up there with, like, Sockworks in terms of how good that one is. I'm gonna put it in B tier because I don't ever really go back to the arcade games. Water Worries, I played this, but I didn't really like it or much. I'm going to put that in D tier, like it's playable, but it's not like anything I would ever go back to. Where's Spy Fox? Okay, Spy Fox 2, Spy Fox 2. Let's rank Spy Fox 2. I'm going to put Spy Fox 2... I'm putting an A above Freddy Fish 2. It's not... I like Spy Fox 2 a lot, but it's not an S tier game for me. Hold the Mustard I put in the same category as Water Worries. I played it. I didn't really care for it much, but it wasn't like You know what? I'll put it in E because I'm remembering it now. No, I'm putting it in E. I'm not gonna say it's garbage. I don't think any of the Humongous games were garbage. I'm not gonna say that. But oh wait a minute. Okay, I'm not. If I'm okay, I'm definitely not gonna put it in garbage then. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Pajama Sam games to play on any day. I played this. I can say I was the first person to upload footage of this to YouTube. Even though it was not good footage because I'm talking over it and I put shitty music over it, but I don't care. I was still the first. I'm gonna put that in. I remember it being fun, but it wasn't great. I'll put that in C because it was like generic games. It was like checkers and bullshit or shoots and ladders, just with a Pajama Sam twist on it. And it was what it was. Ooh, Lost and Found. Okay. Pajama Sam 2 was the first game I got, and it was bundled with Lost and Found. So I have so many good memories. This is the first time I heard the Sockworks soundtrack, which is in Lost and Found. I fell in love with it. This game holds a special place in my heart. And for that, the gameplay's not good though, Adam. What are you doing? Don't let fuck it. High B tier, whatever. Sockworks. I'm put that low A tier because Sockworks is challenging. Sockworks is kind of balls hard in some points, and for that I just have to give it an A tier just for having the balls to do that. Balloonorama. I know I've played this like twice. I could not fucking tell you. I remember like this was the one where you jump up and like hit balloons. I'll put that in E, like right above Buzzy Airport. Damn it. Okay. Ooh, Putt-Putt joins the circus. This is a weird one because this game is weirdly like I love playing it because it's such an easy one to just kind of go through like you're going through the motions, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. But at the same time, that's also what I think is its strength for me whenever I replay stuff. So I replay all the Humongous Entertainment Adventure games like all at one time, like the Junior Adventures. I play them all at once, generally, just because it only takes me like an hour and a half to do it if I just want to waste time. And Putt-Putt Joins the Circus is very mechanical. You know what you're doing. The soundtrack's nothing to really write home about. The characters, they kind of recycle some of the characters you've met over the other games. It's not bad. It's not great. But it's not really unique. Even though I like it. But I'm going to give it a high C tier. That's actually kind of surprising to me, but I think I'm going to give it a high C tier. Putt-Putt and Pep's Dog on a Stick. I remember this. I remember it being like Qbert or something if I'm remembering it correctly, and I'm gonna put it right above Water Worries because I would rather play Big Thinkers again over that, despite it being an educational like kindergartner's game. I'm not a fan of the Humongous arcade games, if you can't tell. Putt-Putt and Fatty Bear's Activity Pack. This is like games to play on any day, but not as good or polished. I'm gonna put it here as well in D tier. Putt-Putt's Fun Pack I think is just the same thing as Fatty Bear stuff, except they put Fatty Bear stuff in it. If I'm not mistaken, because I can't remember. I've never played Putt-Putt's Fun Pack on its own, even though I think I have it. I don't think I've played it on its own. But I'm gonna put it there. I mean, that's like the same thing, just less so because there's not the Fatty Bear stuff. Putt-Putt Goes to the Moon is really good. Again, not a lot of branching pathways, but I kind of want to give it a pass. Even though I kind of knocked Fatty Bear for it, but I want to give it a pass because it was one of the first games. I think it was the third Humongous game. Fatty Bear was the second. Enters the Parade was first. Joins the Parade was first. I don't enjoy it as much as Freddy Fish 1. No. I enjoy it more than Freddy Fish 1. It's like right there. But I don't enjoy it. Yeah. It's weird. My criteria for ranking these is like changing per game, and it's like making me rethink the list. Putt-Putt joins the parade. Should I just give it an S tier as like just because it's the one that started it, just for making it? But no, I'm gonna put it low B. Well, no, I'll put it C, right underneath Birthday Surprise, because I'd rather play Birthday Surprise over that. But it's not bad. But again, you do the same 3 things. You find Pep, or you have to mow the lawn to find the bone, to get Pep, to get to, then you go get the you see Miss Airbag, you go inside, find Baby Beep, and you get the balloon, and then you get a car wash. Yeah, okay. Car wash? What am I, Canadian? You get a car wash. Whatever. It's not great, but it was the first game, so you can't really knock it too much. Putt-Putt enters the race. Ooh, alright, here we go. I'm going to really... Oh, I'm sorry, Wiley. I know Wiley's watching this. I know Wiley loves Enters the Race, but he knows that I don't like this game very much. Okay, I'll say it's not in C tier. I'm leaving it here for now. I like Putt-Putt Enters the Race. I love the race at the end. I like the things that you have to collect, but again, the other Putt-Putt games are they're always in a different setting. They're so different. You're doing something different. This one you're going back to Car Town, and that's fine, but it feels a bit generic, like a Saturday morning cartoon, like, hey kids, I'm driving around Car Town, I'm getting ready for a race. It doesn't feel as imaginative, but the race is fun. What they do with it is cool. The other characters I like. But what really brings it, and it's just, this really knocks it. If this wasn't the case, it would probably be higher. But it's that fucking, when you have to get the coins so you can buy the wheels, you can't ever find enough of the bottles to recycle, because the game forces you to get the produce from Mr. Baldini. And that's a hit or miss, because if you got to get the tomatoes, fuck that one, because you got to go all the way around the shit, and then you try to get to a tree, and you go in front of the orange tree, and Putt-Putt's like, I can't get it. It's like, bitch, it's right there. So you have to reposition yourself. It's a fucking nightmare, and it takes like 10 more minutes than it should. Not 10, maybe 5, but it's way too long when you're just trying to play through the game. And it breaks the flow so bad that it just sours the whole thing for me, and I have to put it... I'm going to put it right, because I don't ever come back to games to play on any day, but I'm not saying it's bad. I'll put it below that, because this is a better game. Nah, I'll put it like that. That's fine. Alright, now we're getting to the really good stuff. This, okay, that's high. Putt-Putt Travels Through Time is high S tier. I can't even explain it. But there's something about that game that I love. It's so... That game just hits me on such a personally deep level that I can't even... It's so hard to describe. I don't know. I don't even think I played it until later, but it tapped into something in my early childhood and just kind of connected everything for me. And I love time travel in anything, so I think that's probably part of it. Yeah, so Putt-Putt Travels Through Time so far is my favorite Humongous game on the tier list so far that we've gone to. Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo. Again, you do the same thing every time. There's no variation in Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo, except for like a couple like minor things that really hold no significant, value for anything. A lot of people have Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo. A lot of people, this is like their first big Humongous game that they played. I think like most people I've talked to know about Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo. But it is not my favorite. I will say I'll put it above... I'll put it right here. Because while Joins the Circus has more going for it than Saves the Zoo in terms of you're doing the same thing, but you have more... You just have more to do in Joins the Circus than Saves the Zoo. Saves the Zoo you can beat in like 2 minutes. Whereas Joins the Circus probably like 5. This is okay, you know what? I'm gonna go backwards first. I'm gonna rank Cheese Chase. I like Cheese Chase. I'm gonna put it above Big Thinker's Kindergarten. but not games to play on any day. But Cheese Chase is it's all right. Okay, surprisingly I've not played Pep's Birthday Surprise. I refuse to because this here I've tried. Guys, I've tried. I've gone back recently. I was going to do a video about this. I gone back recently. I recorded footage and I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to see it through a new lens. I was trying to see maybe it was just yeah, it's going there obviously. So who Pajama Sam and more Spy Fox. Damn, this is a tough one. I mean, I'm trying to figure out which one to rank next because, all right, I'm gonna do this. All the Pajama Sam games for me are in S tier, but I've got to figure out where they sit in S tier. I'm gonna say, I've always liked Pajama Sam 3 a lot, arguably the most. There's more variation in the paths. The music's really good. The setting I really like. But Pajama Sam 1 has really grown on me over the years. I was always more a fan of Pajama Sam 2 because it was my first one. I've always liked Pajama Sam 3 a lot, though. Pajama Sam 3 I've always considered my favorite. Pajama Sam 1, though, is so fucking good. Pajama Sam 1 is just iconic. Ah, it's like it's like choosing between your children. This is hard. I'll come back to it later. Operation Ozone is also an S tier, mainly because it is I think it's the most. There's the most to it of any Humongous game. There's a lot more you got to do. There's a lot more. There's a lot more depth to it. Oh, not a lot, a little bit more depth to it than usual. And for that, Operation Ozone is just it's peak Spy Fox for me. Now, Dry Cereal is weird because I love Dry Cereal. I love the soundtrack. But at the same time, I'd place it over Freddy Fish 4. So I guess I'll also put this in S. I love these games so much that it's hard to not put one in S. But I like Operation Ozone more than I like Freddy Fish 3. And this is going to be like... Hang on. Oh my god. I'm really struggling if I should change Pajama Sam 1 and Pajama Sam 3. Oh my god. I don't know which one I like more. You know... Yeah, I'm gonna keep it the way it is. There's something about Pajama Sam 1 that just, it has to be there. Not like it has to, like, out of obligation, but there's something that's, like, telling me it has to be there. As opposed to Pajama Sam 3. And I don't know why that is, but it's so freaking good. But yeah, I mean, they're like, I mean, it's just, it depends on the day, you know? It's like, if you ask me, you prefer Pajama Sam 3 or Pajama Sam 1, after each playthrough, I'll give you a different answer, I'm sure. But, yeah. You know what would be interesting is if I actually did a replay of these in the order that I put on the tier list. I think that'd be really interesting. Why am I getting ads for leg cramp relief? I don't know, fuck it. So yeah, this is my tier list for the Humongous games. Let me just go over it again. Pajama Sam 1, Pajama Sam 3, okay. Travels Through Time, Operation Ozone, Pajama Sam 2, Freddy Fish 3, Spy Fox 1, Freddy Fish 4, yeah. Spy Fox 2. I know it's gonna... It's weird to tell people, like, hey, I don't like Spy Fox 2 as much as I like Spy Fox 1. I think Spy Fox 2 is probably my least favorite Spy Fox game. And I don't know if it's because the branching pathways, if you get the one that's not the... I don't like getting the one with the Restructilux, Destructilux, because you have to remember all this crap, and then you gotta go back and forth. It's a lot of backtracking in Spy Fox 2, I've noticed. If that makes sense. Freddy Fish 2 is really good, but I don't really... There's not too much that you do in it. It's kind of like a beefier early Humongous game, if that makes sense, but not that crazy. And I also didn't I played the demo, but I didn't play it in full until a little bit later, actually, so maybe that's part of it. And Sockworks, of course, is Sockworks. Lost and Found is right there. Freddy Fish 5, again, just not as good as the other Freddy Fish games. Except for Freddy Fish 1. I think it's better than Freddy Fish 1 on a technical level, not as far as an art level, because the art in Freddy Fish 1, it's not enough to save it. Because I don't really like the way the game is set up. You're just kind of going from point A to point B. It tells you, you get the note, and it tells you to go to the canyon, the whale bones, the fucking junkyard, and then you gotta give the, it's not as... There's little side things, but they're not as interesting, I would say. Although the background art is freaking beautiful. Maze Madness, one of the better arcade games. Putt-Putt joins the Circus again. Not the best Putt-Putt game. Well, I say that, but it's better than. Surprisingly, I feel like I put Joins the Circus so low. But it's such a huge jump from, like, Joins the Circus and Goes to the Moon to Travels Through Time, which is crazy. But yeah, that's how I feel. Because I do like Goes to the Moon more than I like Joins the Parade, and I like Goes to the Moon more than I like Saves the Zoo and Joins the Parade and Enters the Race. So yeah, the three Putt-Putt games are kind of like squeezed right there in like a little pack. Pajama Sam games to play on any day. Yeah, better than Cheese Chase, sure, which is better than Big Thinker's Kindergarten, which isn't great. And you got the activity packs. Then you got the games I didn't really care for, like the arcade games, and then Buzzy, of course, and then another arcade game which I never really thought of. I think I'd rather go through Buzzy than play Hold the Mustard. Which was surprisingly like this weird game for a while, like this weird rare game for a while. I remember thinking, Spy Fox Hold the Mustard, I've never even seen this. I haven't even seen like screenshots from it. I haven't seen gameplay footage. And then it comes out. It's like, I didn't even think it was packaged as an individual game, or maybe it was. But like, it was on like the Super Duper Arcade 2 pack or something like that, which was the only way I was able to play it. But if there's a boxed copy of Hold the Mustard, I wonder how much that's fucking worth. Pajama Sam, Life is Rough and You Lose Your Stuff. That was like one of the first video game disappointments ever. I remember I was with my grandmother, and she was the one who actually bought me Pajama Sam 2 and Lost and Found. She bought me Pajama Sam 1 as well later on, but Pajama Sam 2 I got for my 5th birthday, and it was a gift from her. She gave me a lot of, introduced me to a lot of games. Her and my grandfather, Grim Fandango being like my favorite one they've turned me on to. Even Heart of Darkness, which is a weird one too. They played Heart of Darkness, which is interesting. But so where's it going with that? Oh, anyway, my grandmother took me out to for birthday shopping, and I went and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy Pajama Sam 4. I saw it out there. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know they made another Pajama Sam game. So I bought it. I was like really excited to get home, and I played it, and like the first thing you notice is like, okay, interesting. It's got like an actual install screen, which the Humongous games never really did. They just kind of played, which is kind of funny. There wasn't like any need to like really install them really. I guess maybe there was, but it wasn't like that. You know, I'm talking like a standard install screen for a game. So I was like, that's interesting. Okay, it's a newer game, so maybe that's just what it is. So I'm playing it, and then you hear Pajama Sam's voice, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's not the same. And that was like the big point of contention for a while. And I'm willing to forgive the voice actors because it's like, look, what are you gonna do? Budget cuts, all that kind of stuff. But the animation and just the overall locations, there's nothing interesting about it. It has the least amount of unique screens for the game, for the Pajama Sam games. It just doesn't feel great. There's a lot of weird shit you got to do before other things like happen. None of the characters are interesting. The music's all right, I guess. The Pajama Man trading cards are cool, but it's not enough to save the game. It's just not good. And I wish it would have been better, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. And yeah, just the setting wasn't interesting at all. And I haven't played Big Thinker's First Grade, even though I have it. I haven't played Buzzy Farm or Jungle or Pep's Birthday Surprise because maybe I'll do a thing where I do like a live stream of Pep's Birthday Surprise because that might be interesting. I've never played it, of course, but I think it's gonna be better than Pajama Sam Life is Rough and You Lose Your Stuff. It might even be better. It might even hit low D tier. I don't even know. It might hit low D tier. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. If it's on Steam, I'll buy it and I'll do a live stream of it or something. But anyway, guys, yeah, I'll put a link to this tier maker down in the description if you want to do your own. But I figured it'd be interesting, something to do. But yeah, that's my list. So anyway, guys, this has been me, Sky Sim Freeman, saying so long. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my videos if you like them. Leave a like and a comment down below. Share this video around if you'd like. And yeah, guys, later.